Dawn read the minutes from the previous meeting if she would. Oh, yes, we'll do the pledge of allegiance first.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now we'll have the minutes.
The regular monthly meeting of the Franklin Town Board was called to order at 7:35 p.m. by Supervisor Jeff Taggart. Present were Jeff Taggart, Garrett Sitz, David Grant, Donnie Smith, Dwight Bruno, Highway Superintendent Mark Lang, and Paul Warner. The minutes from the August 2nd, 2016 were read. David Grant made a motion to accept the minutes as read. Donnie Smith seconded, and all agreed. Dwight Bruno read the minutes from the Kellogg Franklin Trust. They are looking into purchasing new benches and security cameras for the park playground areas. They now have a dog station so people can pick up after the dogs and properly dispose of the waste. The Education Commission would like to purchase a TV. They purchased a $100 gift card for Bruce Shaw. He picks up the trash at the park free of charge. Ken Walter will be stepping down in October. There will be an election October 11th, 2016 to replace him. Mary Ann Corrali and Nancy Masucci raised concerns about the slow turnaround time for Frontier to repair telephone service. The town board has agreed to send a letter expressing our concerns about the slow repair times to Frontier Communications, with copies sent to New York State Public Service Commission, Governor Cuomo, Senator Schumer, Senator Gillibrand, State Senators Seward and Bonachek, and Assemblyman Crouch and Sharon Bowers from the FCC. David Brownell, they're planning a 5K road race on Sunday, October 9th. The monies raised will be donated to the Franklin Central School Athletics Program. The town board was given a letter regarding the potential use of the old dump to put in solar panels to benefit the school. Would this be something the board would be interested in doing? Who would buy the system? How would the power get to the school? We will forward the information to the school. Father John Parr raised a concern about the speed limit on County Highway 16. He would like the town to consider lowering the speed limit to 30 miles per hour for 1 mile out of the hamlet of Treadwell. Garrett Sitz made a motion to change the speed limit to 30 miles an hour, 1 mile from the intersection of County Highway 14. David Grant seconded the motion, and all agreed. Under the advice of our attorney, the town needs to pass local law number 2, 2016 to opt out of section 487 of the New York State Real Property Law. Garrett Sitz made the motion to pass local law number 2, 2016. Donnie Smith seconded the motion, and all agreed. The Muni Box showed up today for the new truck. Stockman Street is torn up and they are putting the drain tubing in due to the springs. Mark is hoping to have that done by the end of the week. The 2006 pickup has a broken frame. Mark will be looking at a new pickup, maybe a Ford F-150 4x4. Mark will be checking the OGS pricing and bring the prices with to the next meeting. Garrett Sitz made a motion to list the 2000 pickup truck for auction. David Grant seconded the motion, and all agreed. The town has found a generator for the town sheds. It is a Ford Industrial 35 kilowatt 6-cycle propane generator with 174 hours on it for $4,000. David Grant made a motion to purchase the generator. Donnie Smith seconded the motion, and all agreed. Planning board met on September 1st, 2016. The operators of Dutch's, Deli, and Maridale would like to open a bottle redemption center at the intersection of Route 357 and 28 South. They will have to hold a public meeting and get approval from the DOT. John Shaw plans on opening a motorcycle repair shop on State Highway 357 next spring. Pete Nero will take the position of Board of Assessment Review. On the Board of Assessment Review. Garrett Sitz made a motion to approve his position on the board. David Grant seconded the motion, and all agreed. The town board will take no action at this time to change the code of ethics. With no other business to come before the board at this time, Garrett Sitz made a motion to adjourn the meeting at 9:15 p.m. David Grant seconded, and all agreed.
And Any additions or corrections?
About the speed limit, you have to apply to the county to get.
That, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we've started the
the
process for
process
that.
hasn't started, and we got a letter back from the county on it, saying that it was refused once already. But I think we'll go ahead and see if
Try
they'll
again.
try again, put it back through.
Probably should be 6 cylinder. Yep, okay.
Is it 6 cylinder, Paul, generator?
6 cylinder,
Oh, sorry.
Any other additions or corrections? We have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second? All in favor? Pass. Okay. I have a letter here from Cliff Crouch. He wrote to the general manager of Frontier Communications, you know, with our concerns and stuff about timely repairs and stuff. And just that he did write him a letter, there's a copy of it. I would greatly appreciate your looking into this and whether Frontier can address their town's concerns. Please note that their letter was addressed to your Stone Street, Rochester, New York office. And he had actually wrote to Norwich, is the address he wrote to. So we have, our assemblyman has written to the telephone company too about our concerns. Okay. I guess we'll go ahead. Ken, go ahead.
All right.
You normally go first.
Wayne Bank checking balance on 9/30 was $25,758. Morgan Stanley portfolio on 9/30 was $946,586. And dividends earned in September were $2,654. We have approved the purchase of the 3 replacement benches that Dwight reported. We got a great deal at the Oneonta Pine Shop, although we went a little over budget by $125, but they gave us a great discount, so we're gonna go ahead with that. And we are gonna purchase 2 additional surveillance cameras, $698.
Okay, now is this where the checkbook balance is with this expenditure, or this is the expenditures are gonna be coming off of that?
Coming off of that, because the
Okay,
checks
that's-
weren't written.
Right, okay,
Well, they were written, but they hadn't cleared.
okay, okay.
Joanna and Sonia weren't able to come up with a convenient date in September to do the audit. Sonia said, Ken, on last Friday, we're hoping to do it this coming week, meaning this week.
Mhm.
Hopefully that will get done.
Yep.
Treadwell lost our community bulletin board when Barlow's store closed, so we're going to go ahead and build one on the commons that will be adjacent to the walkway, so we'll finally have a place where people can post their bulletin boards and so on. We have rehired Brian Belton to do our mowing in 2017.
Oh,
Same price, same terms, and
oh,
he does an incredible job. I mean, we've gotten so many compliments about the work that he's done there, so.
good, good.
Our Kellogg Franklin Trust Board seat election is scheduled for next Tuesday, 6 to 9 in the old school where the History Center is.
Mhm.
And our next board meeting is October 26th, the usual 6 o'clock in the Treadwell Firehouse.
Right.
Questions, concerns?
Yes, Debbie Tuthill's called me about getting Cecil Davis on the board in Treadwell, or in Delhi. I thought he was approved through the town board to be on that board, not on the community board.
Jeff, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay,
It seems like should be such an easy process, and we talked about it last week.
right,
Apparently, he has been approved to now serve on that Delhi board.
right, right.
Okay? He
Yep.
has submitted a correct petition for our election next week.
Mhm.
So he will be one of the people that will be running for that
Okay.
vacant board seat.
Yep. So what do we do about this, what Debbie was talking about? Almost backwards of what you just said, is what I understood it on the phone.
Let me check again with her,
Because
because,
he has been approved to go on the Delhi Treble School, whatever it is, which was the opening that he was.
You can
proposed
the way I understood it was the town of Franklin can recommend him, but the Delhi School has to appoint him. Isn't that the way you explained it, Ken?
well, it's not so much Paul recommend as the town board has to approve him as a candidate.
Okay.
for. Okay,
So even if they do, they may not appoint him,
okay, so,
correct?
but
Right.
that's what Debbie was, that position's gotta be filled yet or something,
Yes, and
and,
of course, none of us understand how the town board gets involved with that seat, but the school has been insistent, and I thought that was already all taken care
I
of.
thought it was too, you know,
Because that was like months ago.
yeah, this was back June, in June we did it.
Let me just touch bases with Debbie, because maybe she doesn't understand that has been taken care
Well,
of.
maybe, did we give him a letter to that effect?
I
I don't know.
might not have.
Maybe,
Maybe
you know,
that's the hangup,
maybe
is
that's a
She
hang
didn't
that
get,
they haven't gotten that
Okay.
official
official notice
notification.
of it, okay, well,
Okay.
if, you know, if Debbie can get a hold of Dawn, or
Yeah,
you
I'll
get,
call her
you know,
tomorrow.
okay,
Okay,
Dawn will call and,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I thought, geez, I thought we had taken
Yes.
care of that, but that's, yeah,
all
okay,
right, we'll get that squared away.
okay, Ken,
Are
well,
these
thank
two
you.
different positions that are being discussed?
Yes,
Two completely different
Yes.
positions.
yep,
And he's apparently running for both of them.
One is more an appointed position.
One is
and one
appointed,
is
the other is elected.
Our board is elected,
Yes,
but
The other one is
the
appointed.
Delhi School, that's an appointed position.
right.
right.
And is he not supposed to be on both of them at once?
Oh, no, that's no problem.
Oh, that's not,
No, that's not, there's no
that's
conflict.
not,
of
no
interest there
problem.
at all, no,
Cause Debbie already is,
Debbie
right?
is-
Well,
Debbie has.
What
been-
is the problem?
I think it's just
That
an
might be a letter.
administrative one, and I think maybe as Jeff is saying, if they didn't get the letter from the town board confirming the town board's approval of him as a candidate, they then can't appoint him.
That might be,
So we'll get that
Yeah.
squared away and they.
Thank you. thank you, Ken, that's, no, that's it. Paper trail, that's all it is.
And
Okay.
Jeff, if I may, just have a couple of minutes.
Yep,
As the board knows, this will be my last night coming before you. Just wanted to make some comments. Back in 2010, when I first came before the board, I believe Don Smith was always rather skeptical about this proposal. But what was interesting was, all we went through dealing with the Delhi School District, the New York State Attorney General's office, the lawyers, Don always provided support and complete cooperation, even though he was skeptical, I think. Okay? And I would just want to say that since then, every town board member that I have dealt with has provided that same level of support and cooperation. And I just think you all, both past and present, should be commended for having the vision to see that this was something that had the potential to really benefit the town of Franklin. And you supported it, and you persevered, and we made it happen. And I just think that's terrific. And so, as I retire, I can tell you that the Community Education History Center is viable. The number of programs that run there is incredible. The athletic fields are probably in the best condition they've been in. Ditto for the playground, the commons area. So it's not just me. I mean, a lot of volunteer people have really worked very hard over these years to make all of this happen. And I just want to say it's been my honor and privilege to have been the lead negotiator, the project manager, and the chairperson, and thank you all for being there to make it happen. Thank you.
well, thank you, Ken, for all your time and effort too, because, I mean, you took the ball and ran with it, the town board, waited for your information.
Yeah, but we couldn't have done it if we hadn't worked together, Jeff,
Well,
as you know, because
yeah.
you were there all yourself from the beginning.
Well, I think it's a good thing, finally Treadwell got something out of Delhi.
And as you're hearing tonight, as we sit today, the Kellogg Franklin Trust is in sound financial condition. So I think I leave you in good hands and good stead. And again, thank you all.
We
Thank you.
Thank you for your years of service.
All right, take care.
And don't be a stranger.
No,
You may be a snowbird, but come back in the spring.
all right,
Take care.
all right.
Okay, before I forget it, last month we got a letter from the judicial department saying that we had to have the books audited for the court. And last week ago Saturday, September 24th, Dwight Bruno and myself went and audited the books and found nothing out of order. Just so it's noted and what we have to do from there. And thank you, Dwight, for
You're welcome.
spending your time. 24th.
Thank you.
Okay, just as a note, the last planning board meeting we had, there was communications from Daryl Drayton that he might be stepping down. So he had no letter of resignation or anything yet, but if there's any interest in it, we entertain names and, people that might be interested in a position. It pays $10 a month per, and some aggravation. But that's, that it's the first Thursday of usually every month. They have postponed when they didn't have any business, they didn't have a meeting. But normally it's the first Thursday of the month at 7:30. And as I said, we haven't got a letter to that effect yet, but he told, I think, Dan Schlafer that start looking for a replacement because his health is failing. Okay. We've had the Treadwell report. What do we got, Jamie, from you?
I had a couple things. Let's see, to start with chips. We did the ceiling paving. Everything's done, completed. 5 miles of ceiling, a little over 3 miles of paving. Stockman Street's done, Case Hill's done. Mark wants you, or would like you guys to make a motion to pay any bills that come in in regards to the pavement and stuff. So we can get it,
chips work.
yes, so we can get it turned in before the deadline to get them revenue coming back in.
Is that appropriate, Mark, or Paul? That's fine. Okay, there's a motion, then discussion.
That's what we signed tonight, right? For the
Most of
blacktop.
it's there, all the paving is in there, all the paving and the chip sealing, the only thing that's left, we got some gravel from Clark's, there'll be a Clark's bill coming. And I'm not positive if he's gonna turn it in on chips or not, probably. We still have some concrete, we gotta do sidewalks, and some of the stuff is already in there, like we're upgrading the crosswalks and stuff, so there's braille pads that are already, that's the J.C. Smith bill and stuff like that, but it's just gonna probably, and I don't even know if the concrete bill will get here in time, because I think he said November 9th, things have gotta be, the checks have gotta be cleared, and they want copies of front and back, so.
Well, this would just open the fact that if the bills got here, you
Right,
could
if
pay.
they get here, we can go ahead, they're approved, be paid,
Pertaining
and
to chips
then they'll be
was,
presented at next month's meeting, just like,
Just the ones in regards to,
Right,
just to
the
that
chips.
stuff.
Yep.
There's not gonna be much, I don't
Right.
believe.
Most of it.
most of the companies were pretty good about getting the invoices to us,
Yeah.
because they could, so.
Any more? Okay, we have a motion,
Second it.
we have a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Okay,
Mark's still working on quotes for pickups and stuff, he didn't have anything for you. Go ahead.
Sal?
Yep, I'll get to that, so. He wants to keep the excavator for another month. From what I was told, we haven't seen any of the bills from A-League in regards to this one yet. The rent should be cheaper for this one than one we've got in the past, because it's a smaller machine,
Oh,
so.
now, have we used it much over the past month?
As much as we could when we're not paving and doing other things,
Well,
so.
that's- Yeah, that's a concern.
That's, can only be in so many places at once, but.
Yeah, yeah, but I know we originally only approved it for 1 month, and then they got by us last month. And I guess my concern is the chips are done. I don't know, when's the renewal date on it?
I called him and he said the date is 10/7, which would be Friday. I think it's Friday.
Yeah, we got it basically
The end of this.
end of this week, yeah, yeah.
What do you got left to do with the excavator?
Pipes, stump removal, like to widen out a few spots here and there. Want to do some ditching up on Merrickville Road by, well, across from Butch's, up through there. There's a long list of stuff to do, and
You know, I know Mark had a whistle when we initially rented it, you know, the first time. And if you're gonna rent a piece of equipment, it's gotta be used after we rent that down.
yeah.
You know, it probably should have been returned last month, and, you know, cause last month you probably didn't put too many hours in.
I don't know how many we put on it,
No,
so.
but, I mean, 2 weeks were gone because of chips.
Right,
So I understand that, I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not saying what are you guys doing? My problem is, if you're renting it, it should be focused on using it. And not, if you're gonna do chips, don't have the damn thing sitting wherever it's sitting.
yeah.
That's my concern on that. How's the board feel? You wanna rent it for
Chip's
another
work
month?
is done. As far as the blacktop and the
Yep.
fishing. So it can be a primary focus now, right?
Yes.
I'm in favor as long as it, you know, you guys got it as a priority now, get it done, you know, how much less has to be done during the crap weather,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, all in favor, any more discussion?
Well, if there's a way we can send it back for a month, then bring it back. I know that involves more trucking and that's a pain, but if you know you're gonna be doing chips for
Right.
2 or 3 weeks,
Trouble's getting it scheduled with them to get it back when you
send it
want
back
so-
and then getting it
Yeah.
back again, yeah.
Okay, any, that's, other discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Carries.
All right, the 3 pieces went up for auction. The final bid on the truck was $6,900. Plow number 1 was $300, and plow number 2 was $420.
They were the two that
The
actually
two.
went with the truck, I mean,
Yep.
that were on the trucks before.
But nobody picked up on it, and none of us picked up on it till today. We were looking at the final bids on it. They listed those 2 plows as the wrong size. They were listed as 8-foot plows. They're actually 9-foot plows.
So what is
I
They
think
could have brought more
I
money.
think they would have brought more money, probably listed
So
as a
you would
9-foot.
well, it's still early. We don't have to accept,
You don't have
the
to
bids.
accept them. They can,
now are they worn out basically, Jamie, the blades, the plows? I'm just
we
saying,
were using them still.
right, I mean, could we, quote unquote, I know that for the new Dodge, you know, they're talking plow somewhere, or somehow, and I'm sure that's probably gonna be a 10-footer,
Yes,
like the Ford.
Yeah.
But we've got the, if we go to another pickup, Mark's 1-ton. Probably a 9-foot plow would fit on that if we bought the undercarriage and
the
kept
350,
the,
you mean?
you know, the 350, if we kept the blade, you know, the plows, and just bought the, you know, the framework. You know, I mean, I don't know what the price is, I mean, I'd probably not I would think not take the bids on the blades.
You can relist, it doesn't cost anything to
Right,
relist them.
and relist them as as 9-footers like they are, you know, because they will probably bring more money
I would think they would, so.
and accept the bid on the truck. On the 1-ton, 06, 04, 03, 06, 03, 03.
Yeah, I'd get it,
Get the right one, yeah.
right.
Accept the bid on the 03, 1-ton. And,
The Chevy with
The
bed frame, right?
no, the Chevy, just
It
the
wasn't,
Chevy.
oh, it wasn't listed
It
that
wasn't
either.
listed as a bad, it just says,
03 Chevy, 1
yeah,
ton.
it says condition
As
As
is.
as
As
is.
is. Yep, yep,
I know there've been some inquiries about it, but,
right. Well, I think we still have some work done on it and be somebody's, probably a decent truck for somebody.
What was the primary use for that Chevy with the bad frame?
well, in the winter time, we had sander on it, and we spread salt with it. When, you know, doing for like intersections and stuff, if you had just a little bit of snow, we'd run around with that. And then we used it in the summer, running around, and we raked with it.
That's basically what the 1-ton Marks is possibly going to take the place of that one, at least for the stone raking,
But, yeah,
the
it's gonna,
350 and stuff.
gonna have to, so.
Right, right,
They're definitely not as nice to rake with as the Chevys were.
Right.
They're just geared a little different,
oh, okay.
so,
Well, you can always,
works.
right, different works, right,
Yeah,
right.
so you wanna accept the bid on the truck?
I would
Or
take a
not.
motion to that effect unless there's, you know, more concerns.
Or did you wanna relist it together and?
I wouldn't relist the truck, let's get it, you know. I mean, that's up to the board, you know, what's the board feel?
6,900, right?
Yeah.
I say let her go.
I'd say let her go.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
You wanna relist the two plows?
Are you?
Is there a resolution to relist the 2 plows?
Yeah.
Not accept the bids on the 2 plows,
Right.
And relist them?
relist them. Motion to be made,
So,
Second.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
I have one other thing. You could purchase the generator. I'm assuming that maybe the pellet shed is where it might end up to tie in to everything. Just,
Presumption?
I don't know,
I don't know, could be,
possibly.
yep.
We've got that stove out there. Is that something we wanna send down the road, put it on the auction site, and just see if we can get something out of it?
Won't do any harm, I guess. I mean, if, you know, it's either that or scrap, I understand.
sure, we could use it. Right.
Yeah. It ain't usable right now, so.
Right, right. That would probably be something that you could put that on the auction thing too, probably. I mean, that's the only way you can basically get rid of it. You know?
I would suggest calling,
Mary Ann.
well, Mary Ann, but get the number, there's a guy up in Peru who's got 2 of them that he was using,
Oh,
and he finds out it's on the auction, he might
bid on it,
be
so.
looking for parts,
Yeah.
and that might be your best bet. Might get a little more than you'd get out of.
so who would you get ahold of, Mary Ann, to find out who that is, or?
Yeah,
He has the numbers.
Okay, well, you could mark that down, Jamie, please. So they'll have to go through the auction anyway,
Yeah.
right,
right, or advertise
Right.
one or the other.
but,
If he
Yeah.
calls and said, there's probably not a whole big demand for it,
No, but he'll bid hopefully.
right, try and get him to
He'll,
bid
if he
on it.
knows it's on there, he'll
Right.
bid on it.
okay.